Oh, now we're good. All right, thank you. So I know I'm the last presenter between you and the alcohol, so I'm going to make this quick and try to go through this quickly. So I presented earlier, but I'm going to share a little bit more about our background and how I got into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So I've been buying real estate ever since I was 18. I bought a house and another house and another house until my parents said, hey, you need to move out and live in one of those. So I did. And I was still going to college, and so out of college, I worked for a company called HP, where I worked there for a few years, and a couple of guys and myself left there, and we're one of those dots out of HP that we grew a high-tech company to a $6 million corporation. So I know how to run businesses, but have you ever had that dumb luck where you had invested in something really early on? Well, that happened with me in Bitcoin. So I had a guy come up to me and said, well, actually, let me step back. I created this building here called the Boise Tech Mall, and one of these kids come up to me and says, hey, can I put a Bitcoin ATM in your mall? And I'm like, well, what's a Bitcoin? He's like, well, it's an ATM, or it's a digital money that you can send through the internet. It's very high tech. I'm like, well, you said two of my favorite words, money and high tech. So why not? So he puts this Bitcoin ATM in my mall, and it quickly becomes our #1 phone call. We get out of 22 tenants, people are calling left and right asking about this Bitcoin ATM right here. And at that point, I ended up buying 100 of them. And he shared with me, he's like, Bitcoin's really expensive at this point. This is 4.5 years ago. They're $200 a piece. So we know what that turned into. It was a pretty good investment. As a matter of fact, one of my top investments. And so as any serial entrepreneur, what do? You reinvest. And so we took quite a bit of those proceeds and we bought mining equipment. So we mine a lot of different things. These are ASIC miners that come out of China. And we're mining Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and quite a few different ones. And so I shared earlier during the day about all these different cryptocurrencies and why I and many others might invest into various ones. And so as a holder of 53 different cryptocurrencies, I tried to find out what would be a great cryptocurrency that many people I call crypto skeptics are sitting on the sidelines waiting for. And #1 is they want to see some backing. 2, they want to see some regulations, as we know. And what keeps it going? And who's the team behind it? So I'm going to quickly jump in here and share about the LendingCoin, which is a blockchain-empowered real estate lending platform that is backed by real estate. And so I'm going to speed through here pretty quickly because we have some really amazing benefits. We have 0.25% below prime, no hidden fees, no premium penalties, which is really big as commercial developers. And we feel like Forbes says it best. They say, you start obtaining a loan, step 1, way before the loan is needed. Because when you have money, the banks are quickly there to give you money. But when you don't have money, they're not there. They're wanting you to have money before they lend you the money. It's a very tricky process. So step 6, you prepare this loan packet. And then 7, you wait and you wait and you wait. And banks have creative ways of not saying yes sometimes. And so we want to change the way things are done. So if we go back to the tech mall, one of our buildings, we have $1 million equity value in this. And when we refinance with TLC, we will save $1,000 a month, which is over $100,000 in interest over the 15 years note. The benefit for TLC is they will receive the $383,000 difference. So right now we're doing commercial buildings only, and we have a couple of processes. They're very easy, just a 5-step process. And the big part is we know that there's more and more regulations coming through. So what are we doing about that? Well, we are right now accepting accredited investors only. We have a Reg S in the process of being filed, along with a Reg A offering that we anticipate to come out in September. So we talk a lot about with ICOs, which are initial coin offerings. What we are saying is we're a TAO, a tokenized asset offering, something with some real meat to it, or a STO, which is a security tokenized offering, or security token offering. So I want to jump into our utility behind it, where we have people that buy tokens, we refinance buildings, the borrower pays their fixed monthly payment, the mortgage payment is then converted to TLC tokens. This is really important because this provides an surety that there's always some buyers. So we know at $50 million worth of buildings refinanced, there's $300,000 a month worth of TLC tokens being purchased. and we get to continue refinancing more and more buildings. So it's peer-to-peer lending in its finest. It's no different than all of us in this room loaning money to one another. And instead, we don't do that. We trust the banks with our money. But why is that? Number one reason is of trust. We don't trust each other. But with blockchain technology, that trust factor is no longer an issue because we could track it through tokens. So it makes it very, very convenient and very easy where all of us can lend to one another. This is kind of how our developers would describe this on our ERC20 protocol. And they're using Solidity and Remix. This is the way that I would explain it, where it's just a simple process where people come in, they get TLC tokens, we refinance them, buildings, and so forth. I'm gonna just jump through here. We're here, we have a booth, and we're happy to talk more about that, but I wanna share about our team. So I'm the visionary, but our CFO was the CFO of Blue Cross for 20 plus years. So he knows financing and he knows real estate. In addition to that, we have Dr. Tom Ives, who is our Chief Technology Officer. He understands blockchain technology. And then I want to jump all the way down to our legal team. So we have Steve Whelan, who is an SEC corporate attorney. However, he says, hey, let's go ahead and talk to a larger attorney firm, which is Stoll Reeves, and Nick Taylor is our attorney for that. In addition, we have Polsinelli. Polsinelli is big in the crypto space, and they understand securities. So we're happy to have a strong legal team. So the rest of us, I would highly recommend. We have some amazing people on our team. But most importantly, many of our founders are people that understand giving back and helping the community. And a lot of us sit on boards of nonprofits, and we help them. And we understand truly giving back. So why the LendingCoin? Well, it has backing to it. It's regulated, and we're leading the way for compliant tokens. We have a true utility and a team that is very, very prominent. So to learn more, please come see us, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the cocktail party. Thank you very much.